Hello everyone, and welcome to the first glance and new Isang ID. Just came out, so I want to review it right now. I already see some funny interactions in it, but I will discuss it as much as we go into the details of the ID. So, skill 1 is see-through defenses, deal more damage for every turn memory on self, gain coin power for every X poise on self, gain base power for X poise count on self, and gain poise count and turn memory. On hit, gain poise count, and on crit, inflict bleed count and turn memory. From what I see, this is already will be self-sustained poise ID, as it is the case with Full Stop, Heathcliff and Honglue. Right. I will discuss about scene affinities and stuff later, because this is irrelevant right now. But it's a very interesting choice for skill 1, since he's probably bleed ID with poise as a support thing. Okay, skill 2. Punch through. Deal more damage for every turn memory on self, gain coin power for every X poise on self, and gain poise. Hit with the first coin, gain poise, and on crit inflict bleed. The second coin is unbreakable, interesting. Gain poise, gain turn memory, and on crit, as it was the case with the first skill, inflict bleed and turn memory. Gain turn memory. It's interesting to see bleed count on skill 1. I don't know what it is, and to mention also, I won't be using the leak data from the Kim Ji-hoon stream, because it is already not matching up, so I won't recommend you to use the leak data as well. It's very simple for the skill 1 and 2, as far as I see. And skill 3, I guess that's his main attack that he will be using. Unbreakable coins. Targets a unit with the least HP at X turn memory, primarily targets among allies as the main target. So this is like his Fell Bullet Ega skill. Okay. Gain attack weight for every X turn memory on self. Gain coin power for X poise on self. Gain base power for every X poise count on self. Gain poise for every turn memory on self. Okay. After attack, lose turn memory on self. X. It's multiply thing. See? SP. Okay. I can possibly make a guess what the SP loss will be from this. If this unit has X turn memory at combat start, lose them all. Okay. So turn memory is like a resource that you gain from skill 1 and skill 2. If this unit lost all turn memory, and if an ally is killed, heal SP. Heal SP on self. Alright. It's really weird to see this kind of condition. Unbreakable coin. This coin deals more damage only against the main target. So just like Iziga, yeah. If the main target is an ally, activate the following effects. If the main target's pierce resistance becomes fatal against this attack. So it's just to ensure that first coin will kill an ally, I guess. Deal more damage for every turn memory on self. Deal more damage on critical hit for every poison self. I haven't said anything yet. This coin deals more damage only against sub-targets, just like Iziga. If the main target was an enemy, deal damage against the main target. Okay, so it is not spread attack if it is against an enemy. The first coin was against the enemy, it won't be spread. As the first coin failed to kill an ally, one random sub-target takes damage. Deal more damage for every turn memory on self. If the first coin killed an ally, deal more damage for every turn memory on self instead. Alright. It looks similar to more damage for. Alright. Deal more damage on critical hit for every poise potency. So this mechanic in full stop office IDs. Deal more damage on critical hit for every turn memory. Deal more damage based on the HP percentage the main target lost from the first coin. This is interesting. I don't know what the cap will be, but it probably shouldn't be very high, because it would be something like boss killer ID. And as much as I see, it is not intended to be such. On hit, inflict bleed. If the first coin killed an ally, inflict bleed and bleed count instead, yeah. I will see where it is going later, when we read his entirety of the abilities. Frontline support. Usually Contra-Dice is used as a first skill, depending on the condition. Same amount of coins, 1 coin on first skill and 1 coin on Contra-Dice. But the difference is that on the first skill he inflicts bleed count on crit, and he just and on defense skill he just gain poison count. So it is like the decision to take between, do you gain poise count and turn memory and inflict bleed count possibly, but in the early game you won't probably hit the crit, so you probably should stack the poison count first. Okay. It also gains turn memory on use, but it also gains on use. It gains twice, on use and on crit. But you still probably won't hit crit early into the level, right? Volatilized memory. Torment, lose all turn memory on self. Next turn gains the same amount of turn memory equal to the amount lost. So it is like resource transition from turn to turn. Fell bullet. If this unit killed an ally unit with its attack, gain fell bullet for the next turn, including with this unit's eco corrosion or attacks against allies. Will be able to target an allies? To target allies, I doubt. But it's a interesting phrasing. What is said in the first part, that he will get fell bullet thing. Is this? Yeah, it's like a unique hammer. Not an hammer, but empowered attack. He will get this fell bullet even if he kills with his ego skill, not just with his ID. This unit uses its ego fell bullet and consumes turn memory. Next turn, gain turn memory equal to the amount of its consumed by the end of the last turn. It's ego fell bullet. I see. If he uses his fell bullet skill, ego skill, I mean, not the ID one, he will gain a turn memory equal to the amount of turn memory lost by the ego skill. That's nice, by the way, since his ego skill gains turn memory and makes you to lose it after an attack. Designate target. When the ally with the slowest speed attacked an ally. After attack, gain damage up next turn. If the attacked ally is killed by this attack, gain damage up for the whole encounter instead. Can gain only up to some damage up from the above effect. It's really put me into an idea that was ahead of its time. When Kurokumo IDs was released, the new ones, and I mean Ishmael and Heathcliff, these two guys, I had an idea with them is to use Kurokumo IDs, the old ones that was involved in the Kurokumo team, as a resource, and one by one replace them with the current IDs, Bloodfiend IDs by that time, and you actually could gain battle ready bonus from Ishmael that severely buffs both Heathcliff and Ishmael, and it requires you to kill 3 Kurokumo IDs, and usually it would be Honglu, Gregor and Ryoshu. But this ID actually avails such approach to the team because Yisang doesn't have current bleed ID. The last one is a Pequot, I believe. So this is new age, a new gen ID, the bleed ID. And it actually allows you to use this approach when you have Kurokumo team with this guy and you kill all the Kurokumo low-level thugs, so Hongulu, Gregor and Ryoshu, who can keep up with current meta and current requirements from IDs, and you kill them with this guy for resources and additional damage and additional bleed count. Yeah, bleed count and bleed potency. And you kill them, you gain the profit, and you can actually use battle ready bonus, and you can use Bloodfiend IDs in the same time. And what I mentioned earlier is scene affinities. If you look at his scene affinities, he is not really suited to be Yi-Sang in common way, because he doesn't have sloth in any of his skills. And all of his Zigas, the good ones, are using this resource, and he can't gain it. But he actually self-fuels really nicely his Fell Bullet Ega skill. He has Wrath to fuel it, and Pride. And you actually need 2 Wrath and 3 Pride to fuel his Fell Bullet Ega skill. And what is interesting is that Kurokumo also have a lot of pride in the skill set. So, and also the last in his skill set allows him to be played in the Bloodfiend team and in Bleed team in general. So as much as I see this idea and support passive is telling you to use Fell Bullet, Ega thing, Ega skill on Heathcliff, because he also have a one. To use it on him, to kill off your allies, if we say, to be more precisely, Kurokumo allies. You kill them for resources. You also summon this guy in the field when they begin to die. And you kill these 3 guys for resources and for battle ready bonus, and you become very powerful as a bleed team. Like Kurokumo Ishmael and Heathcliff with battle ready buff are insane. And also when we're talking about Kurokumo Heathcliff, his rules of backstreet thing is actually works of on damaging allies and making them dead per se. So this idea, as much as I see it, it is kinda like make you... It not makes you, it suggests you to play Kurokumo team with Bloodfiends and kill the Kurokumo guys to make your Bloodfiends strong. And yeah, and also use your Kurokumo guys as a resource. It actually makes me think, will Project Moon take this approach to all the old teams that was presented in history, not just replace them, but use them as a resource. And since Limbus Company is a different piece of balance from Library of Ruina, it is actually makes sense to use seniors as resources for the strongest seniors that you deploy. And seeing how Project Moon pushes forward the replace system when someone dies and this person is replaced with the other senior, yeah, it's a declaration of friendly fire. And also, I forgot to talk about Fail Bullet. Max stack 1, deal more damage for every turn memory, on hit bleed, on kill, gain poise, and poise count. Expires on the turn end. Yeah, so yeah, this is this tells you to kill your allies. To kill your allies to gain this precious buff. It is very interesting how the idea I had can actually be played right now. And I think it probably will in some sort of refraction railways, or maybe, I don't know, story content, because there is not much of a place to test your IDs other than Mirror Dungeon. But yeah, I really like the idea of this ID and what it is pushing into the mentality of developing of the IDs. This is very cute. I hope we will see more friendly fire IDs in the future. That's kinda it about this ID. It is not as complicated as Merceau, for example, the Sunby IDs. But for me, this is much more interesting thing. Because once again, it is actually pushing through one way of balancing out IDs in Limbus Company. Maybe its own way in balance. And we finally going to forget about balancing as it is Library of Ruina. So yeah, really nice idea. And the last thing, it is he uses 2 Wrath and 6 Pride to fuel his Ego skill, and he will be easily be able to fuel it with Kurokumo team. Yeah, this is a really well thought idea. That's all I can say right now. I hope we will see more information about the numbers, and we also will get a really nice buff on turn memory damage, because this is ID that is focused on flat damage. It doesn't have really much of bleed in its kit, and it has really much conditions from poise, from self poise, and turn memory resource. So it should have a lot of damage on turn memory buff. Yeah, that's kinda it. I hope this ID will be able to easily kill allies to gain the resources, and this idea that I described earlier will came into play. It will be really interesting to see this way of playing Limbus Company